As a child, did you ever want to have access to the world's finest artillery? Have you ever considered selling your body to the state? Have you considered bombing civilians for a living? Well, you, my dear viewer, are in luck. The United States is constantly recruiting people to their army, which spent over $1.5 trillion in 2022. Hey, maybe most Americans live paycheck to paycheck, but have you seen how cool Michelle Carr looks in her state-sponsored video?
On this episode of Challenge Accepted, I am here at Fort Benning to see what it takes to be an Army soldier. And thank you so much to the United States Army for sponsoring and making epic episodes like this possible. And I gotta go, because that's my ride.
Or look how cool Sam Eckham looks for his sponsored video for the Air Force.
Length, the B-1 was designed to carry only two things: fuel and bombs. Well, today I'm out here at Dyess Air Force Base with the 7th Bomb Wing to take you up close to this incredible aircraft. And by the end of this video, I can promise you one thing. You'll know why the B-1 Lancer is considered by many to be one of the most powerful aircraft to ever fly.
On a serious note, the US military has a plethora of these YouTube videos on the platform. The videos are aimed at younger audiences, inciting them to sign up and get drafted into the US Imperial Corps. These videos are made with the clear intention of promoting the draft to a gullible audience by promoting the amenities the US Army provides to the people who are joining it. According to Go Army, which is the official recruitment program for the U.S. military, people who enlist can gain enlistment bonuses of up to $50,000, high-quality, low or no-cost healthcare, better rates on home loans, retirement and pension plan options, 30 days paid time off yearly for full-time soldiers, family benefits like paid parental leave, perks and incentives from travel discounts to everyday savings, up to full college tuition covered with the GI Bill, 1,500 advanced training certifications and credentials, tuition assistance, and loan repayment. In a country which lacks all these amenities in their public sector and it's ranked as having the highest tuition costs, no wonder why people from lower income housing decide to enlist. According to a Teen Vogue article, Lisa M. Ferguson, media relations chief for the U.S. Army Recruiting Command, said the Army seeks qualified individuals 17 to 34 years old. People in the U.S. can't even vote by the age of 17. They're not even allowed to buy or drink alcohol before the age of 21. So to be expected to travel across the world, risking your life, body, and soul for a country's imperialist exploits sends the message that it doesn't truly care about its civilians. While Black people are only 14.4% of America's demographic, they're overly represented in its poverty statistics, making up 21.4% of it. As mentioned previously, recruitment officers have a history of targeting people of lower income, especially impoverished Black or brown communities. In an attempt of recruiting more Black Americans in the Army during the World War I, the U.S. Army made a propaganda poster featuring an ape, which is supposed to represent a Black man, holding a white woman with the words, "Destroy this mad brute," on the top of the figures, and "enlist" on the bottom. This was the U.S. Army's attempt at recruiting more Black Americans. The U.S. has a history of infantilizing white women, making them seem as though they are prey to Black men's sexuality. This is seen in the case of Emmett Till, who was 14 when he was brutally beaten to death for sexually suggestive behavior aimed towards Caroline Bryan Donham. It was later found out that accusations were false, but the damage had been done. This is the most notorious case, but was very common. This attempt at enlisting Black men is obviously steeped in intense racism, and I hypothesize it could have never worked. Now let's talk about the modern state of Army recruitment. According to an article by The Verge, the U.S. military have had esport teams since 2018. And according to military.com, the Army's esports efforts alone generated 3,500 recruiting leads in the fiscal year 2019. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tried imposing a ban on it in 2020, but failed due to Congress's lack of knowledge and their old-ass age on platforms like Twitch and its impact on youth. 41% of Twitch's user base is between the ages of 16 and 24. And as I mentioned before, the Army looks for people between the ages of 17 and 34 years old. And it doesn't stop at the United States. The British Army hosted a Fortnite session via a Twitch live stream involving famous YouTubers in an attempt to get more gamers and young people to join up. TikTok is also used by the Israeli occupation forces, most commonly referred to as the IOF, to entice young men into joining their genocidal army through thirst trap videos of their many beautiful women who commit war crimes and genocide. So, if this video doesn't convince you to drop everything you're doing right now and risk your mind, body, and soul to join the Army, I really don't know what will. Here's the link. Click it, or, copy and paste it, or whatever you want to do into your preferred browser, and join the military. Join the military now. We need you. We need you.